Hello.
It works.
Hello.
So
It still works.
We are the people of Mercury. I am your interplanetary host, Travis Montgomery. These views reflect one planet and one planet alone.
hello and welcome to Mercury's Cast. I'm your host, Travis Montgomery. Be sure to go to type in Mercury's Cast and hit that like button. Follow Mercury's Cast on Twitter and Instagram. You can also catch some of the episodes there. I'm not sure how you found this one, but we do post a link in the Instagram. Today I am accompanied by, one of my favorite people in the whole entire world, Mr. Timmy.
Ole do it.
Some difference.
Ole do it. Hey, what's going on?
How are you feeling on this lovely Thursday? How's the weather over there in North Carolina?
You know what? It doesn't want to decide. It's today it was pretty chilly, and yesterday it was like 70. The day before that it was, I don't know, it was like 30. The day before that, it's up and down, man.
Crazy.
But I can tell you that I miss the out of California. Jesus.
It's been raining a lot here in Southern California. Abnormally,
Yeah. The drought's over, baby. Drought's over. Matter of fact, it's spilling over the dam. Hey, what's going on with that?
I know, right? Well, I think
People still are evacuating, I think.
they're it's a scary situation for if that thing breaks. And I think we kind of went through this stuff when Arnold was governor, when he was the governor. Remember, they were worried about all the levees breaking and stuff, and that's just like basic infrastructure stuff that the people that take care of the state are supposed to, be up on.
Yeah, but I mean, how much can you plan for the weather?
You can't, but you can. It's not that much rain. It's not like an unforecasted amount of rain. Like it's never happened before. It should be able to rain all the time, and those things shouldn't be that close. Their protection rating should be higher. I think it's just old stuff that needs to be repaired. But I don't know how you do it. How you do that? You need a civil engineering degree to figure that shit out.
Some city planner need to get involved. The thing is it might be, I don't know, not to sound all superstitious and stuff, but I think for whatever reason, Santa Ana wins and then California catches fire. Now we have hillside slides because of the rain and stuff. It's just I don't know if something about it and they just don't.
Well, see, what happens is that when you have the brush that grows in the fire, only the top level is burned off, and the roots are still in the ground. And the roots are designed to hold in water and dirt. That's what their function is. And so when you mix a little water with it, normally without the roots, the water would just do its natural thing and run down. But since there's roots in the ground now, it kind of holds it. It kind of holds it in like a sponge until it's just too much water, and then now the whole thing collapses and it goes. And that's how mudslides happen.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, still, like you said, if it's something that's been happening, then I think people can get involved and try to either just. You can't plan for a dam breaking, especially. I mean, unless you're not getting regular inspections and what have you. But I think they'll save money by not doing repairs and reconstructing things. And then what happens is after the fallout, they still have to make money because jobs and whatnot. So it's something I feel like they let it go so they can make more money off of it. But it's kind of it's damaging, man.
Yeah, where is that money going if it's not going to fixing up the stuff that keeps us safe, like infrastructure?
Yeah, that's it begs the question, doesn't it?
Oh, look, I have a surprise guest for you, Tim.
And here it comes.
Hey! Is this the X-Men?
That's the X-Men, bro.
It's the X-Men. What up, Freddy?
What's good with you, bro? Let me get my camera set up really quick.
All right.
Hells yeah. It's good to talk to you, dude. It's been years, hasn't it?
Good. It's good to talk to all three of you guys, and it definitely has been a couple years since we have spoken. Yeah.
Well,
Life, bro.
other than Facebook, for me and you.
Right.
Life.
There's some things about Facebook that I do want to speak about later, but we can get to that later.
No, I spit it out. But whatever, if it's on your mind now, let's talk about it.
Okay, so I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Facebook is a platform in which you can do a general statement, and then if you take it however you want to take it if the shoe fits, kind of thing, right? Like that's kind of what it was made for, to express your views. Why do people take this platform so serious? It's nuts how people invest their entire life into something as small as social media. I mean, it's not small. It has some.
Are you saying how do they take it so serious as it's a huge part of their life, or how do they take people's posts so serious?
Both of that. Both of them.
Both.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. Like, there's an artist I worked with, and I said a couple things on a post, which was in a general sense, in like a general scope of my whole music, the experience of it and how it's played out.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yo, I know that post is talking about me," and I'm like, "Nah, it's not talking about you. It's talking about like a collective of things I've experienced." But you might have been the icing on the cake to where I'm going to write this. But I didn't say, if I had a problem with a person, I have no problem tagging them on a post. If they think that social media is that important, I will do that for them, like just to accommodate. But that's what I mean. Like when people like take things so serious, like it's just ridiculous.
You don't got to tell me, man. I've been blocked by more people than Trump's trying to block from Mexico. So, but I've actually toned down because I was kind of a troll for a little while, and I don't try and troll anymore. And I would just, whatever, this person was pissing me off, so I would just say something to piss them off. At this point, the conversation's gone. So I kind of grew over the years. And now I'm at a point where I'm trying to have just a discussion. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's like you can tell when someone's making a joke, dude. We've been on this earth long enough.
That you're experiencing is that people can't tell sometimes. Me and you might be able to tell, but you're giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Right. True.
So it's a slippery slope, and this is exactly do you have anything to add? Because I got a lot to say about this.
I don't have anything to say except that people are real sensitive. I'm sensitive. I'm very sensitive. But the thing is, I know how to control myself. If someone says something that I don't agree with on social media, and I'm not very active on social media, obviously you guys know, but I'm just saying, like,
I do know that.
If someone says something,
you're a hard man to read.
I'm sorry, man. You know what?
He is, but I kind of figured it out.
I act like a rich bum, dog. I act like a rich bum, but but it's cool. It's cool. What it is though is like, you know what? If someone's saying something to you, you can't deal with it. This is one thing, but it stops there. If you want to take things like further than that, you can't really do that online. Like you could be, gang banging online and whatnot, and phone thugs and harmony. But when you see me face to face, when you see me face to face, it's a different story. It's a different story. So
it might be a different story.
Yeah,
it always is. It always is. I mean, I can't tell you how many. Even on DMs, when I DM people and start talking to them, I'm like, all right, let's talk about this in the DMs,
Yeah.
And then on the post the next day, coming in and just shooting shit everywhere, just throwing shit at everything, and it pisses me off. I try and be the way that I am on Facebook as I would be in real life. And I think that you have people that do a complete opposite or their extreme version of themselves. It gets tricky.
Yeah. I mean, because everybody knows social media is an outlet to get your stuff out that you do as far as whatever you do, music, art, food, whether you're a cook, whether you're a rapper, whether you're a singer, whether you're a graphic artist. Like, it's a way to get yourself out. So like that's
What's
understandable. But like you have to conduct yourself like you would in real life, honestly. Like because if people don't accept you who you are as you are, like they aren't going to accept you as a fake. I mean, maybe that's the case. Maybe. I mean, obviously the industry has some sort of fake element to it, but I'm sure the people who are big up there didn't make it because they're fake. They actually made it because the people that they are is who they present themselves as.
Right.
Didn't take long to start talking about music now, did it? No, we're definitely probably going to talk about some music, but as far as the Facebook, that's kind of the reason why I started this podcast was because I was getting into. I've been on podcasts, and I feel like this is when you want to talk about stuff, having a conversation, an audible conversation, and even when I can see you, Fred, that's even better. You're even more, and the problem is accountability online. There's no accountability. You can say whatever you want. It's
right.
Not only that, there's a lot lost in translation. Like you said, there's people who may not get where you're coming from, or they may read it in their own voice and misinterpret. But the whole thing,
yeah, exactly. Everybody has their own train of thought, and everybody has their own way of seeing things. That's definitely true.
So,
and another thing, there's a lot of dumb fucking people out there too.
They
have the same opportunities that we all do. They shouldn't be allowed. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Not that I don't want to say that, but I'm kidding. But they really shouldn't be allowed to fucking post on Facebook.
No, the internet has destroyed the world. You know what? The thing about it is too, though. It's more than just a social platform. Twitter. I mean, and all these like self-made profiles in terms of like Facebook or maybe even like your own website. You're trying to market yourself, and you also trying to like align that with who you are in real life. But at the same time, people are looking at that, man. Not just people.
Fuck.
Nah, man, that's crazy. I'm glad you started this thing, man, because I really do have some stuff to say about that. Like, the complex of an artist, man. I actually recently helped this artist out, and I was the sole reason for him putting his tape out.
Yeah,
like I did a lot of stuff off the strength for this guy, and now he's booking shows and stuff. He was doing interviews recently, and I'm like, listen, dude, not once have you credited me doing everything for you for free. Like, you never paid anything out of your pocket. I believed in.
And because I've done that with a lot of artists, as the producer, kind of grassroots campaign. Let's do this shit together for the fun of it, and to do something, and then you expect when this thing is a success, then right?
Like at least a mention, dude. Like at least, like. He recently texted me like, yo, I'll give you a ticket to my show and I'll even invite you backstage if you lay a track for me for free. I'm like, I've been laying tracks for you for free. It should have been automatic that you gave me a ticket. It should have been automatic that you gave me a ticket to your backstage show. That should be a no-brainer. I'm the reason why your tape is out.
Who is this character?
I will literally name his name out now because he called me recently and he said, yo, that post that you put, if you didn't tag me, like, you're a bitch. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I didn't tag you because it was a collective thing over my experience of being in the music world. Like, it wasn't just about you. You might have been the icing on the cake. But this fool's name is Seti. He's from my area.
Which is where?
The Long Beach area. So he's a cat that just put out a music video with Any Means and Young Hustle, and he was on B Real's television show, like his internet show, whatever. He's doing all these things. He's not even mentioning where he started, and it just sucks because. The first thing I told him is I'm doing all this stuff. I'm mixing all your stuff. It's off the strength. But don't forget where you started. Mention me and everything because that's just what real homies do.
And how much work did you do for him?
I literally made 10 tracks out of his 12-track mix.
So produced, recorded, mixed? Mastered?
Exactly. 10 of his tracks.
All of that?
Yes. Basically basically his entire tape. Off the strength. Like, his previous manager paid me X amount of money to do studio sessions, but it encompassed like 4 or 5 tracks. But then after that, it was all off the strength. Because he even cut off his own manager.
Because we came from the same. Yeah. You know what it is? Tim. Yo, I've been back. No. Sorry about that, you guys. But yo, you know what it is too, though, Fred? You know what? We expect things from people, and then, you know, we especially when we, you know, give people credit when credit's due. It's like, we want to see people give love and give back to the community and give love where you came from and all that. But, you know, a lot of the times is when you're in the mix of that, and I can certainly attest to this from being someone who's like, you know, at the bottom of success for so long, is that you also have, you know, like, what it is you have some kind of like dedication to trying to make more of yourself, and you want to project more out of yourself, and sometimes that, you know, that distances you from your roots. It does, and I try not to judge, only because, you know, I've been
Tim's going deep.
No, I'm not. I've been on the other side of it. I've been on the other side of it, and I understand in one sense. If it's truly that he has love for where he came from, and that, you know what I'm saying, and he's not showing love based on all that you've done so far, just he's
not going to make it far. I have to be honest. Like, people are going to get wise to the way he does business, which is not a business. He just kind of expects things because he feels like he's owed that. That's the kind of artist that I've learned to, like, I need to steer away from. They might be good as hell. They might be good. They might have talent. That's no doubt about it. But if you don't give something of yourself first, you're never going to make it anywhere, because people are just going to get wise to your trickery, basically.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was just thinking, like, you know, devil's advocate. I'm thinking, like, you know, on the other end of it, if it's you, right, and you feel like you're making some noise or you're doing things or whatever it is, however it is, like, I don't think he should have came at you like that to say, like, you know, obviously it touched a chord with him, whatever it is you posted. Obviously,
yeah.
It struck a chord.
But it goes back to what I said earlier. It's a common thing. If the shoe fits, exactly. If the shoe fits, you might be feeling a type of way because maybe what struck a chord, and you might be thinking like, well, maybe he's kind of right, but I don't want to admit it.
Mm-hmm. But it's not about. Like, you can call him out on the radio. You can call him out on podcasts. You can call him out on social media.
What was his name again?
Seti. I'm talking to you, Seti.
I'm talking to you, Seti. Matter of fact, he called me a couple of days, and this fool knows where I stay at. He knows where my studio is at, and he lives right down the street from that shit. If he wanted to come and see me, he'd come and see me anytime. Like, it's not. I really have no problem with that, because honestly, everything I'm saying, like, I could back up with accreditation. Like, everybody around me too knows that I did a lot of shit for this cat, as far as mixing, doing everything for free, because I believed in his sound, and I was like, okay, just don't forget where you laid your mixtape that you're putting out. And what he do when he gets opportunity, he forgets about where he started.
Well, the first thing that I learned, one of the first things I learned in the business and music class when I was going and studying this shit, was that you always put stuff in writing, because this kind of shit happens a lot. You'd be surprised that someone will come cut a verse, whatever, and then all you got to do is copyright it, and then that shit's yours.
But the thing that he doesn't know is I own all his masters. So if he ever wants to make any of his mixtape tracks into an actual track, they're gonna have to buy it off of me. So that's real business. If you want to talk real business.
Yeah. Well, that may not happen too. I mean, that may not happen. You could just say, "Fuck it." Well, I'll just go somewhere else and steal someone else's music, and
yeah,
you know. Anyways. I'm sorry that happened to you. That sucks. I know. How many man hours do you think went into it?
Into that whole tape, I want to say like a week's time, dude. That's a lot of hours.
Like 40 hours?
More than that, dude. Like a week's time. Let's think about it. Like
Like 24 times 7.
Yeah, bro. A lot of hours, bro. A lot of hours mixing and mastering his tracks.
Beautiful.
Which I charge like $100 a track. Like I'm mixing an album for Pause One, and I'm getting paid.
No, you're not, bro.
Decent amount of money.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm doing his new album.
PAWS1.
Pause One. I'm doing his new album. I'm mixing
Shut
and
up,
mastering
Shut
Chief
up, Freddie.
Kamachi and Talib is on his album. I'm doing a lot.
Shut up, Fred.
I promise
Shut
you,
up,
bro.
Fred.
I'm not joking with you.
Dude,
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
you ain't
Go
got
on my social
Fred.
media, go on all that shit.
kudos. No,
Thank
dude.
you.
Hell yeah.
No, we love you, bro. You know that.
You know, you always stuck with it. You are always working, always doing something, and it pays off after a while, right?
I mean, that's the only way to actually make it happen is constantly do it. Like it's persistence. It's nothing else. It's persistence.
Come
it's
on.
growing in your own craft. Like you have to find your own lane, and you have to keep at it. If no one recognizes now, they're gonna because of that word. It's the P word, man. It's persistence. You have to keep on doing it.
Come on, Ray Kroc.
This one already knows. This one already knows. He's seen the founder already.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some tech talk now.
Okay.
Into some tech talk.
Yeah.
You good with that, Fred? You want to stick around for a little while?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is from you guys can't hear anything in your headphones, can you?
I hear some static.
Not a
static on the
video.
wire.
No, not a video.
Not a video, no.
Oh, okay, no.
Okay. Something started playing. I was wondering, hey, could I play audio directly? And then it just went in there. But anyways, so the tech talk's going to be Elon Musk. His quotes: "Humans must merge with machines or become irrelevant in AI age."
Wow.
And I'll read a little bit of it. Billionaire Elon Musk is known for his futuristic ideas, and his latest suggestion might just save us from being irrelevant as far as artificial intelligence, AI, grows more prominent. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO said on Monday that humans need to merge with machines to become a sort of cyborg. Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. Musk told an audience at the World Government Summit in Dubai, where he launched, and he was in Dubai, and he launched another Tesla, but so it basically has more bandwidth, and but and I'll go on from the article. In an age when AI threatens to become widespread, humans would be useless. So there's a need to merge with machines, according to Musk. So are you guys all up to speed with the potential of artificial intelligence and where it starts becoming a threat? Fred, I'll ask you since you're on, right?
I'm still on.
No,
you're on. Or is that on your radar at all, or have you looked into that, or you're just
you see it on my radar? I had to.
Yeah.
I think I know who that was.
Okay, so as far as the AI goes, like, what's the furthest that we've come as like we have Siri, we have the what's the Amazon one now?
Basically, it doesn't have arms and legs yet. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it.
Well, they have it in Japan. They have it in Japan, but it's not like consumer based. It's not like you can go and buy one. It's not.
But the Japan market is.
But here's the problem: you guys are talking about robots, and
that's more sexual robots. That's like self pleasure for like man. Like that's the kind of robots that I think that is what's huge in Japan. It's like
okay, but imagine a robot that can build a better version of itself, and then that robot can build another better version of itself, and so on and so forth. When you
basically Skynet.
As soon as the computer passes the human brain as far as power, and I mean, it can already compute faster than us, but it's able to learn the whole entire history, you know, because it's on the internet in 10,000 years, it's going to learn all that and everything that we've done in a matter of days, and then each day, couple days after that, it's gonna double and double and double. And so this is a lot of the smartest people are really scared about this. Like, a lot of other people say, well, you know, there's always an off and on switch, but with I guess with what Elon Musk is doing and what the tech talk will kind of get to, I mean, there's going to be a bionic heart. I think somebody already made one. We already have metal in our body for if you break your ankle, they'll put a line in there, and you know, they've already been able to send thoughts over the internet and crazy shit like that. So where the technology is heading, and if a guy like Elon Musk is saying some crazy shit like this, then I think it has some wheels.
But Elon Musk has been saying crazy stuff since he started PayPal, bro. Like, he's been saying crazy stuff for a long time. Like, he's been wanting to be like the first person on Mars. Like, realistically, we're not even going to see anything like that until like 2021. Maybe. Yeah,
but it's in the works. I did a whole episode on it. It's actually the most downloaded episode on the podcast that I've ever done was the one that I did on the trip to Mars.
There's no denying that, like, his science can actually work, but his first launch, it ended in like it ended terribly, dude. Like, his spaceship blew up. You know,
and
what
that's
I'm saying?
why they got the fuck out of Florida, didn't they?
Yeah, that's
true. Everything they got out of Florida. They're like, fuck this shit. We're out of here. Move over to California.
Sort of done with that there.
Tim,
I think he should focus on Tesla. I think he should focus on his cars first, and then maybe think about going to Mars in like after 2021.
But I think he's already trying to do this, though. Is the thing is he's going to be the guy that I'm pretty sure that he's one of the every year they have a conference in Costa Rica where all these people get together, and Sam Harris went there last year, and he came back and was just frightened. And you know, you can keep it in a box, and there is an off switch, but I hear that they're experimenting with some stuff to where they're like, all right, let's shut it off because this is getting weird. Some of the people with a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
well, the thing is, we have a insatiable need for curiosity as well as humans, and the thing is like we're not going to stop. We're going to keep, you know, stretching and reaching for, you know, more and more, and whether that's in relation to actual space and finding another world that can support human life, or that is here on this planet, and even as we advance technology-wise, we are multiplying as a species even faster. And so what we have to do in order to sustain life on this planet is more of the issue, and I believe that's what he's addressing, is that in order, like, you know, to like even this out without just destroying maybe like, I don't know, 40 to 50% of the world's population, which most of the people in power have tried to figure out how to do, you know, civilly without
really.
But yeah, literally. And, you know, but the thing about it is, like, we have so much water. We only have so much land, and we're gonna like triple. If you think about if you think about like the Industrial Revolution, you go back to 1900, 1920, and then you think about the advancement from there to 60. You go to Silicon Valley, 60, 70, and from there, within 20 years, the angle at which it's like flipped and curved and gone up is so exponential, you can't even like really fathom or really try to figure out like how fast. This is such a different world, and each day it's changing exponentially. So
okay, let me ask you guys a question. Thinking about that whole water thing that you just mentioned too, like, what do you, the percentage of water on the Earth is what? Like, I want to say like 70% of our Earth is water.
It's more like 80 something.
More like 80?
Well, almost closer to 80, yeah, I think.
So Southern California is in like a crippling drought, like still. why can, if Elon Musk can think of
Wait, hold on. We were just
a
talking
way to
about
get to the moon, like why can't he think of something to actually save the Earth and where we're living in now? Like
No,
desalinization of the water, so we can have a good.
it's very expensive. Yeah, that would be a good. But who are you to
know what I'm
say
saying?
what Elon Musk should and shouldn't do with his visions and his career?
Because
No,
he's
think
got the
about
money. He's got the money, like, but he wants to
I
make
know,
it more
but you're,
profitable.
now
for
you're
himself.
wanting to spend his money.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I mean, it's more. It's. I have to be honest. It's smarter to save what you're doing now, so you can have more time to build what you want for the future. Say to go to Mars. Like
I
if you
agree.
can extend your life here on Earth
Well,
to make it
but
give you
his
that much
vision-
more
but
time
his
to make
vision
it
for Mars
possible
is
for you to
that
actually get to Mars and colonize Mars.
when Earth becomes uninhabitable, then we have an escape plan as a species. Which
Earth is becoming habitable very fast because of our drought. Because of the situations that we're dealing with now,
true.
it's creeping up super fast.
in Flint, Michigan, instead of
fast.
building the Keystone or North Dakota fucking pipeline, why don't you build a water pipeline to Flint, Michigan, so that those people can get water?
This could even go deeper into like Trump. He's investing all his money in a goddamn wall to keep Mexicans out, when Mexicans will do all the work. We need to bring more in. So they
It's
can
not
build
all
all
the.
this shit.
Wait, hold on. You said all the money, and that's not true. There's a lot of money to pull from.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm just being very biased because I'm Mexican.
Well, I haven't seen any construction of any wall yet. It's going to take a long time to design it. I know how construction works. I don't know.
That is a fact. I do know
knows?
that.
Who knows if it's ever going to be
you
built?
know.
Obama was supposed to build the fucking wall, and he never built the wall. They passed legislation for it.
Yeah.
Or, the end of Bush, beginning Obama, somewhere around there. There was a fucking wall that was supposed to be built. I remember people talking about it.
Well, I don't agree with the wall if we're talking about it. I really think that, one of the topics we talked about talking tonight was like the day of no immigration or whatever it is. I feel like.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about this too. Great that we have Fred. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
I keep interrupting, man. I keep interrupting. And
anyhow,
I'm glad that Fred's on because we can get a different perspective.
Yes. I think that obviously what it is like America is definitely made up of mostly immigrants. And the thing about it is what the American dream to the common man in America is not what the capitalist dream as laid, forth. And this is deep, man. This is deep, man. This is deep. It goes back to the Rothschilds, and it goes back to is like within the family for years and years and years and generations. And here's the thing: you can't say revolution. You can't say, "Oh, all right, let's riot in the streets." You're not changing anything. Problem being is that time is like such the most valuable commodity, and and we're running out of it. And so every day that goes by, you have to think like, okay, as a people, we can argue about everything. We can Korea can fire off missiles. We can do whatever. Cuba can be like, okay, we're now open up our borders or whatnot, or our island. I feel like at the end of it, people will not realize what we need to do. And that's probably why, CEO of Tesla is talking about, we should, be smarter. We should be more like computers. We should be more logical. We should be more pragmatic.
Who built the computers, though?
Who built the computers?
The imperfect man. So, that's, I mean.
A guy named Turing. You guys seen the fucking The Imitation Game? Who? Alan Turing built the first computer.
Well, that's just what you were talking about. You were just talking about what that movie was about. You were just saying that basically what this AI is going to do is within a matter of days, weigh out variables and then mathematically come up with an equation and then at the end of it, a few days later, it'll realize that humans have been more of a detriment to this planet than a help.
And the computer's going to realize, obviously, like, because it's mathematical.
Well, yeah, it's very literal. So you can try and plug in, let's do what's best for the Earth, and it could kill all the humans. But, there's going to be a lot of fail-safes for stuff like that. I'm sure anything that we can think of, they've already probably thought of it. And
no, I mean, you could have you could have a brain trust and sit there and like deliberate, like, okay, what's the possible outcomes of all these different situations, world or whatever is going to be, however it goes. You're not going to prepare for that. It's not going to be something that you're going to be like, at least like I said, the general population won't be able to handle it.
Out of the people who are watching this stream, I really want to know who thinks that our stream is being watched by a government official. We might have already triggered a safe word that is already us being watched.
100%.
100%.
100%. 100%.
Like that's real facts. Like if change is going to be made, like it comes down to privacy issues as well, because not a lot of people understand that when they download an app simply on their phone, like they give up their rights of being a human, basically. And that's what AI is built off of. Like it gathers the information of a human being, so it can learn how to be like the human being that's using what.
What's scary? What's scary? I went to a bar. I bought a shot of Maker's Mark. The very next day, I logged into Instagram and I had a sponsored.
Maker's Mark, right? Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, your phone's listening to you.
How? Not ever since.
Yeah, your phone listens to you, and then they give you there's apps you can download to prevent this. I don't know them off the top of my brain, but your phone's listening to you, and they try and tell you advertisement. It's all an advertisement. It's all they want your money. It's all that kind of scam,
Do you have an Xbox Connect?
I do, and it's always on. It's always
shit.
On. It's literally always on. Like it's crazy
holy cheat.
It's nuts, bro. Like when I press the Xbox button and it turns on, it starts, and I feel like it's always on. It's always watching me. It's always listening.
It's looking at your face.
Word up. It recognizes who you are. It's nuts.
So, how do you feel about, excuse me for saying like 7 times in a row, Freddie.
Yes, sir.
The Wall and A Day Without an Immigrant. How do these tie in together? What's going on out there? Let's tap into the beating heart of the nation.
Oh, where?
Clarify the question really quick. What do you want from me?
What was today about in your eyes?
Today, what it was about. It was actually.
I'm not going to bash you. I just want to know what you think.
I really wasn't thinking about anything as far as the world sense. I was just kind of trying to figure out people in a general sense. In what I mentioned before, with people taking Facebook so seriously, we're so distracted by what's put in front of us. I think that people are missing huge other things that are going on besides what's in front of us. And it's like the simple-mindedness of people can get so, it can get so out of control that you actually miss what's going on. Like, I don't have to explain everything I'm doing to a person, but they assume because I post one thing on social media, it encompasses them. Like, nah. Like, that's what I've been thinking of recently. That's like this past day. That's what I've been thinking.
And that's what happens when you ask an artist a question. You get you kind of get a very artistic response. Very nice. Well, I mean, I guess the linear way of thinking, tacking it straight ahead, was what happened today in California, or was it across the nation?
I wasn't even
Definitely.
paying attention. I have to be honest, and that's one thing that I just spoke about. Like I'm distracted by what I'm doing that I really haven't been paying attention. Like
Okay,
I'll
so
be honest.
it's called A Day Without an Immigrant, and basically, I guess if you're here illegally, or if your parents or if you're like close relation to somebody that's here, that immigrated here, they basically don't go to work, they don't go to school, and they say it's to create an example of look what your world would be like without us here.
Yeah.
What would it be like? You would all be at the casinos because that's what's left.
So do you think we need? I agree that I think we need immigrants.
You don't have an Indian reserve? Do you have an Indian reserve?
So should I have not gone to work today? Do I qualify?
Do you qualify, you bitch?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
We're gonna get deep next week. Andre Parnell, we're finally getting him on. It was supposed to happen yesterday, but we're gonna go deep into this topic. I don't want to spend too much time on immigration, and definitely not the Muslim ban because that's coming on. But
Save that, bro. Save that.
what
Yeah,
he thinks in a tiny little, very vague nutshell that I can gather from my interactions with him. Oh, you remember Dre? He was the drum and bass MC Tim that came on, and we cut a couple tracks with him. He was really good. He's very good. Anyways,
soldier. He said, "I'm a soldier," right?
no, that's his cousin.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is your bad.
Might be.
So that we're all immigrants here, so we really don't have a leg to stand on to say that more people shouldn't come here. Is that kind of what you're going with?
Or at least go with the fact that if people try to conquer you and then say it's yours, then you can't have beef with them because that's what you're saying. If you go against that type of thought, then if I conquer it and it's mine and it's my land, then okay. But if we're talking about who's an immigrant to this land,
But there was war fought over this land. It wasn't like they just said, "Oh,
yeah, exactly."
Okay,
Well,
in this
that's
land
what
that
I'm
we're speaking
talking
about now, Southern California, it was Mexicans. If we want to speak about actual fact.
Yeah, and we won the war. We won the war.
We won the.
No, you guys raped our villages. You guys took our people.
I'm sorry to say that back then there was a lot of that going on, and it doesn't make it right. And generally around the world, that's what people were doing was fighting for territory,
Yeah.
and the stronger person prevailed. And then they drew a line in the sand and said, "This is ours, bitch." You know,
Yeah,
basically how it
yeah,
was.
I get that. I get that.
I think like now, I think instead of putting an entire ban on a race or like it's not even a race, a religion basically. I mean, everything. It's especially in every world war. It's come down to your faith basically. Like that has been the spark for a lot of.
That has nothing to do with it. First of all. So I'm going to stop you before you dig yourself any further.
Okay. Well, let me.
It was only
it's
7 countries. It's 7 countries that hold 15% of the Muslim population of the world.
Okay. I mean, either way, I think there should be some sort of screening process first. If they pass the screening process, then let them into the country.
Totally agree.
Then let them in. Like if they're just really trying to attain more for their own life, because that's what we're built on, the American dream, quote unquote. Then we have to have some sort of screening process, and then if they fit the criteria that we're looking for to achieve the American dream, then let them come live here. That's what
so.
it
Is there a number of people that? So America has what 350 million people that live in it. Is there a number that you would draw the line at? Like, okay, we'll let this amount in, or is it just the walls, just floodgates? Anyone that wants to come here can come here, and
literally.
Or is there a number, or is there a point where you go, all right,
like
there's enough people here? Because we've already passed that. We've already passed that point where there's too many people. I mean, look at LA, New York, Chicago.
Too hard to control. It's too hard to control. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even if we never let anyone else in, you know what it takes to feed the average American? It's going to take, in 15 years, what it takes to feed the average American, you're going to need 4 times that. And we don't have the space. We don't have the crop space to grow it. We're not going to, and you talking about trying to, like, you know, bring things back home, stop outsourcing things. The whole problem is that you're not going to stop the snowball that's been rolling for, look, bro.
All right, break it down.
Bro.
Break it down for us. Break it down.
Bruh. Think about it. What's going to happen? Are you going to, you're going to stop people from coming in, and then what? That stops the problem? People are a threat. You're a threat to yourself. The way you handle it is the way that is like, I think the best way to, like, summarize it is you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you want to exclude people, you can. And if you're going to use a broad generalization to exclude people, then you can. But most of like second, third world, like, you know, countries already don't like America. And the problem is with that is because
we have a lot of enemies now. We definitely
no, we don't. And the problem and the reason mostly why is because the attitude we have about it. It's not even really how stupid we've handled things. It's mostly because we do it with such, like, gusto. We're just like, we don't even really care. It's how we handle it. And you can't. I think
it's more of like a pompous thing that
we're the world power, and that's what's happening. And, you know, if it's oil or if it's whatever, then that's what's happening. And if you try to buy oil for somebody else, then that's what's happening. And you know, and
okay, let me present this to you, because no other world power in the world tried to act like the police. I mean, Russia's fighting ISIS in Syria, but they're doing it for personal gains. Like, I'm pretty sure it's over oil, which is, you know, what runs Russia's economy. But there's no other world power going out there, and every other world powers be like, fuck, I'm keeping to me, I'm keeping to mine, I'm keeping my shit tight, and fuck everyone else. Although we are allies with them, and they'll send some troops to our bases and stuff like that. It's little stuff here and there, but it's not like there's some injustice, and then now it's a fucking U.S. Army philosophical debate about why we're there or not. I don't want to go into that. But basically, what it boils down to is just the meat and potatoes is that we are the only world police. And whether we're doing it for ethical reasons or not is another question. But we are the only ones that will step up to the plate and be like, look, we're going to go over here. And we do pick and choose our battles. I think that Boko Haram, and there's a lot of stuff in Africa that maybe we could have went and helped out with, and we never did. I don't know why that is, but
you have to handle it like you would if you were a cutthroat businessman. And in America handles things like a business. And now you have a businessman president. And if you are going to be, and if you don't know what's about to happen, it's because you haven't been paying attention. That's all. It's a corporation, and big business has been involved in government for long enough, and it's already evident. And so what you have to do is understand the only card you have left to play as a common man, as someone who's a citizen of America. Like, yeah, you can be worried about who's ever going to come here and try to do damage here. But a lot of people are worried about getting out of here. Yeah. So the thing is like, you know, if, you know, you saw the election, you saw the numbers. It was like split, right? North Carolina is where I'm at. Do
you really think Russia had something to do with hacking the polls?
They don't have evidence.
No.
They don't think they had anything to do.
If they did,
they don't have evidence.
Hillary got the popular vote. So there's no way that Russia is going to know which states to get the electoral college that Trump's going to win on election night. So if they're going to,
it's a good response. It's a good response, but it's not definite. Anyone who deals in absolutes is not really being realistic.
Right.
And I'm not even a realist. I'm an actualist. And the actuality of the situation is it's possible. And if it's possible and that it's being reported, even if 90% of the fake news is being reported, I have to consider 10% of the possibility that if Russia had a hand in, or if the aides anyone in the campaign was involved with or was talking to or had some kind of, like, if any kind of influence.
They had to have been hacking months prior before the election started. That kind of stuff takes time.
Know. I don't care if it's being reported. Then, and if 100% of it's fake, then fine. But I don't think 100% of it's fake. I think people are resigning from their cabinet or with their elected offices for the simple fact because, you know what, I don't want to be involved in this situation.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be involved in this situation. And you know, the fact of the matter is it's a question. And now that it's been brought to a question, then, you know, the public is now going to decide. The public is now going to decide because now the public opinion is that Russia has some hand in this, and you can't say that he didn't cuddle. Anytime something's happened with Russia, he's cuddled up with Putin. He's cuddled up. It's just evident.
Not really. They've only had one phone conversation.
Bro, one conversation. But if the rest of the world is like saying this, or if the country or the media is reporting this, and then you go on Instagram and then say, you know what, I have to give props to, like, you giving kudos. Like, you won't denounce it, but you will. Just
let me add, in the phone conversation that he had with Putin about the Russia deal, that was in 2012, Obama and some of the Russian diplomats about their growth of nuclear technology. And, you know, there's sides that want to. There's a movement to disarm all of the nukes in the world, but there's also a movement to not do that, because if you're the only one left without nukes, then so whatever. So the Russia deal in 2012, Obama kind of put it together, and Trump didn't know about it, and Putin asked him directly, "Are we gonna? So what's the deal with this thing?" And Trump's like, "Hold on. What does it do with the?
It's a little better. That's a little better than earlier. No, it's a little better. It's a little better.
Excuse me.
No, man. Come on, you telling me that's the first time they talk, Travis? Be for real,
probably
bro.
not the first time, but as far as
that's what I'm saying.
As far as the government and shit is concerned, they may have talked before.
Travis, you talked about giving people benefit of the doubt. You can't be so naive to think that they didn't have any kind of relations or that there's no business interest in Russia or this.
And
deal.
I'm telling you that Trump fumbled the fucking phone call. Big time.
I think the business interest.
He's not the most.
He didn't know about the deal. He had to ask one of his aides. He had to put him on hold and ask his aide.
All right,
about the
listen. Think about this. Think about this. If I'm a businessman and I'm president of the United States of America, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking money.
To go along with what you just said, my friend Josh, who's actually watching the stream, shout out Josh. His name is Element. He actually taught me how to make beats. That's my godfather, bro. So I have to give a shout out. But
thanks for listening.
He just messaged me and was like, listen, dude, like I think the interest is, and he sent me a video, the U.S. plan to destroy 7 countries in 5 years, which probably encompasses what he's saying now. It's like recently in Oaxaca, Mexico, there was a mafia boss who was killed. He killed his way to become the president of that state, Mexico. And he believes that, you know, Trump send a personal military in to kill citizens for this actual power, for this mafia boss power. And
you're saying
it's definitely a business. Like, all this shit's a business, dude. Like, and it's absolutely going along with what some.
He doesn't need any more money. Hillary Clinton's that's why how he got elected was because he didn't need anyone's money to be elected.
Need money.
And Hillary Clinton,
nobody, bro.
He needs the political power. He doesn't need money because he's got the money.
When we talk about the one, bro. When we talk about the top,
Hillary was the one taking money
of the most richest people, and when we talk, okay, I will. Yeah, that's evident. That's been proven. What I'm saying though is, if I'm the top 1%, no. I'm the top 1% because we haven't needed money for so long because of the ethics and the way we've done business is keeping it in the family and making sure that we don't have to need money. Yeah, he doesn't need money, but we're going to keep running the same gamut because it works. Why
well, I think that
what do you
also the reason for the Muslim ban.
Hold on.
Also the reason for the Muslim ban, basically.
It's not a Muslim ban. You sound dumb when you say that. By the way.
Okay, sorry, but I mean it's a
travel ban. It's a travel ban.
It's a generalization.
So he's going to have to surround himself with some of those similar people. I mean, he can't just. You think he's going to take office as this, you know, maverick and then he's just going to surround himself with people that have never done politics before.
No, he's
not in the game of which is.
I believe he is doing his best to assemble his best team to do things, and he's doing it the way he's run business, and he's a successful businessman. There's nothing to refute in regards to that. All I'm saying is at this point, you can't say that with his involvement, he's still in ties with his business. He hasn't pulled completely out of turning over the books. And the whole problem is she's everywhere with him wherever he goes, and he's still like, he's Trump, dude. He's Donald Trump. He's gonna run it his way, and you know what? He's projected that aura. He's projected that platform. His whole platform was, I'm going for the common man. Yeah. Big corporations is the problem, but but
you know what?
yo, listen, we vote for him because we're like, okay, now we're not gonna have to deal with people who've been blocking us out of like helping jobs and getting people paid for the job they're doing, and compensated and being remunerated for the work they're doing. But let's see it happen. I want to see it happen, and then I will hold my my reply. But the thing about it is, I really highly doubt that it's going to go the way most people are thinking. Most of the people that did vote for him, only because business-wise, he's going to do what's most in his best interest and what is his family's interest and what's in his his lineage or his group or his secret brotherhood.
You mean you really think he's going to do stuff for personal gain? Or
if I was gonna put
money in back into his family,
if I was gonna put my own name on my own hotel to be dilapidated, all right. Listen, man, you don't think Trump did anything for his own gain?
I'm asking you: is he gonna run his presidency to put profits into his bank?
No, I don't think his.
He doesn't need his. He doesn't have a bank anymore.
Thank you. He doesn't need to do that. So where do his interests lie then? If it's not for personal profit, it's got to be for his vision of something. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I agree, and it's in the best interest of
who else had
his
a vision
family,
like that JFK, and he got shot in the head.
You know what? I think it's in the best interest of his family and whoever he considers his family. It's not in the total interest of the country. That's what I think. And that's my personal opinion, but at least I'll admit it's an opinion and not try to treat it like it's law and that's what it is. Like, I'm not going around telling you that's the fact. I'm just saying I don't think that's the case. He doesn't give me that vibe, bro.
With what he said during the election and then all those executive orders in the first week, I think that, and he keeps bringing up the election, which is dumb to me. He keeps bringing
the first week of the election.
Oh, I'm sorry, the first week of his presidency.
All right.
And it's this election thing stuck in my head because he brought it up at the press conference again today, and he got attacked wrong, and he looked even dumber again. But he keeps going back to. But he did what he said he was going to do.
Oh, I moved your. Oh, you took it.
And the first week of a lot of people run on a platform and they get around to what they're doing. Whatever. Obama ran on a couple things that he never got around to doing, except for the healthcare thing. And so he did them in the first year. So that would strike me as not somebody who's trying to look out for his personal interest or even his family's interest. He's a man of his word, and he's trying to do exactly what he said he was going to do. Let me
just be 100% honest with you, and this is not a flattering thing to say, but I'm going to tell you real truth as a businessman, and what's not necessarily, I can set it up as a storefront to make it seem to you it's not in my own personal interest, and you'll still buy it.
In the long run, it's going to be for your personal interest, exactly,
bro.
Yeah.
Now, is this actualist part of you speaking, or is
this is the actualist. This is the actualist, not the realist speaking.
Okay.
In real life, I can set it up so that.
But how do we know that?
You don't.
I mean, we don't know that.
No, but through time, You can see the effects of it. So what I'm saying is, if the money has been in this space for this long and the currency isn't really flowing anywhere else, the current doesn't really go anywhere else. It's in this little circle, right? Then that tells you over time why it's like that. I don't have to say to you that, like, there's an inner circle, there's an inner society. If you're part of it, you are. If you're part of the people who have enough to buy a ticket to Mars, then you get to go.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
I want my ticket to Mars.
You ain't bought your ticket to Mars. You ain't.
The only problem would be is, like, you have to be in a pod with someone, and you know someone's gonna fart and be like, "What the fuck?
Exactly.
Did you just not stand next to the vent and you farted?" Come on now.
They're gonna bring their chicks and their chicks will be on the
No, literally. If I was in a position to write the Constitution and then set up things to build up a country based on someone else's labor, free labor to build up a country, and then build it to a point to where I have generation upon generation of success.
The slaves didn't build the whole entire country, sir.
Wait. It wasn't. Bro, I didn't do it my goddamn self. It was.
I want to switch gears soon. Let's round about this one out. All right, we got to get to North Korea.
Yeah, we got to round it about because.
Oh, North Korea. Let's get to North Korea, please.
I got to get something.
No. Tim's got to get it. Got to get it.
Think about it. If I can do that, and for generations be able to, like, build up, like, like my grandchild is experiencing the fruits of my labor or the fruits of my slaves' labor. And then
are you the grandchild? Are you the grandchild?
No, no. Well, my great grandfather was a slave.
Really?
Yeah, my great grandfather picked cotton.
I didn't know that.
Well, I'm black.
I didn't know that either.
I mean, it only makes sense.
I did not know that either. Are you kidding me? Hold on. We got to end the podcast right now. I'm just
Yeah, it's true. And the thing about it is,
but do I have to assume that every black person in America has a slave as an ancestor? I mean, I don't know. Does that sound like a bad question?
If you don't know, you don't know. They say a bad question is the question that's never asked. So I will never judge a question, but that is mostly like 95 to 99% of the situation. Most of the people that's here that's black, that descended from someone who's black, came from someone who's brought over here against their will. There's not a lot of free black people.
Well, they're so pissed off. Man.
That could probably have a little bit to do with him. But the thing about it is like, if you can't trace your generation, like if you ask anybody who's black to trace their lineage to anywhere beyond where they were sold.
We got 2 minutes. 1 minute. Go ahead.
It's not very common that you can trace your lineage to where you came from with black people in America. That's all I can say. It's very, 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 very uncommon.
Shout out to all my strong black American people. Shout out.
And Fredericks has a lineage to Juarez, Mexico, where they cut off people's heads.
Matter of fact, that's absolutely wrong. I actually have a lineage to Guanajuato, where we actually make money and we honor the dead.
I'm from a pride. Tell him, Freddie. Yo, T. What else you want to get into, bro?
Little North Korea. You got another 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Sure. Would you have killed Kim Jong's brother?
I don't know if he was talking as much shit as he was.
If he was
if he was talking as much shit.
You can't say that.
What if Kim Jong's other was like, catch me outside?
Oh,
please catch him outside.
I'm Kim Jong-un's brother. Catch my fate.
So this guy, his name's Kim Jong-nam. I don't know if he's pronounced Nam. He was, he's a half brother of Kim Jong-un, who is the successor to the throne of Kim Jong-il. That's how that shit works in North Korea. One person dies, one of their kids get it. It's not like a democratically elected president in America. So what happened is this guy is kind of like, he's a half brother of the current, whatever they call president.
Dictator, bro.
So he's in Malaysia at an airport, and a Malaysian woman walks up, bumps into him, and it's very brief contact, basically poisons him. A fast-acting poison. He dies within hours. On the way to a hospital, basically. So this guy, he's living in and out of North Korea for the last 5 years. He hasn't kind of been there. In 2001, he got caught going to visit Disneyland, and he was using a fake passport. So he got arrested, and that was the reason why he was not the heir to the throne of Kim Jong-il. He was supposed to be the dude to take over, but he got caught with a fake passport in Vietnam, something going to Disneyland. And
dude, you know what's crazy? This chick who poisoned him was wearing an LOL sweatshirt.
Yeah, LOL.
That was just nuts, dude. Like just plan, dude. All of plan.
That's gangster. You know what? That's kind of gangster, though. Hi, look at me. I'm
definitely
just, I'm this Malaysian little girl, and I'm at the airport. I'm traveling with the LOL. I'm trendy, and then bam, fast-acting poison.
Yeah. No, I'm a professional cleaner. I'm this unassuming character that just can blend into the.
So in 2012, he had some emails back and forth with a Japanese journalist. Even met with her a couple times. Basically said some bad stuff about the presidency, that what was going on. He was supposed to be the one to the hire. And check this out: he's never met Kim Jong-un, who is the leader of North Korea right now. He's never met his half brother before.
Of course, but it's news, so we reported. But here's the thing: is what was the statement she was trying to make?
They're thinking that that the guy Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, put the hit out on him, and this is a hit squad. That's what the news is, and I'm saying that he had talked bad about Kim Jong-un in 2012, which may have led up to why this happened.
Yeah, I think that it's a lot of oppression, just backlash. So, I mean, what are you gonna do, man? I mean, is it attack against Kim Jong-un, or is it an attack?
No, you don't speak out against the leader of North Korea. That's what this is, or else you die.
That's always been a known fact, dude. Like, especially with their country, like they're the new Nazis, dude. Without cutting corners.
Right.
I mean, every country has their own private military, and any threat is going to get handled with. Period.
But even against the South Koreans.
The South Koreans are they're more Americanized, dude, than anything else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But why would you
night and day? It's even worse than the having San Diego right next to Tijuana. It's like worse than that.
But you're the same people. No, it's not. You're the same people. It's not like Nazis living next to Jews. You're all Korean.
Well, look, the North took up communism. The South took up democracy. And look how that's working out.
We can say the same thing in the Congo.
The Korean War was fought over.
We could say the same thing in the Congo when that genocide happened. They're the same people, but they had different views. So that's why they had a mass genocide. I mean, realistically, that's different views clash all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes America so awesome. It's because we got a lot of different opinions, right?
Well, that's the problem. That's why we need to be more like cyborgs, because there's too many goddamn opinions.
No, that's the problem. Too many different opinions. Let's just kick all the ones out of here then, damn it. Let's get them out of here.
Artificial intelligence.
Get them out of
This
here.
is based on artificial intelligence.
Yo, it's about to be bedtime. I gotta get up in the morning. You little guys over there.
All right.
3 hours.
Speaking of bedtime, Tim,
Yo,
you know what's weird? I took a nap when I got home from work like a little toddler, and
were you
I
in
had a
fetal
dream.
position? You had to be in.
I was.
All right.
And my wife was washing the bedding. I'm surprised I got any sleep at all, but I passed out.
So you
And I
passed
had a
out
dream-
on the
I had a
sheetless
dream
bed.
about you that you came over to where I was like you called me and you came over to where I was working. And I was walking around, and then I heard your voice, and then like I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I gave you a big hug, and I started crying. It was weird.
Damn, bro. I need to buy a ticket home, G.
I know it was weird, but I thought I had to because that's why I texted you because I wanted to. I woke up and I remembered. I was like, I have to remember this dream, so I texted you.
Holy shit.
I know. It was like one of those weird ones where I woke up and I'm like, what is going on right now? You know that first 15 seconds where you have to like think about, all right.
You're like right in
sleep.
between.
Yeah, it's like you just had surgery or something like, oh, I'm missing a foot now.
No, I've woken up from nightmares within that 15 seconds and was like more terrified than I was when I was dreaming. I was like, damn. No!
It's like, all right, okay, I'm here. I'm laying down. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
We're good. Go back to sleep.
Jesus. For 5 minutes.
All right.
No, dude, I miss you, bro. I miss you. And Freddie, man, goddamn, it's so good to hear your voice, dude. I'm glad everything's going well with you.
Same, bro. Same, man.
Dude, Paz One is the dude, man. I've never met him, but, you know.
Is he on Spot TV?
Lots of respect. Huh?
Is he on Spot TV?
I think he is. I think he is on Spot TV.
You guys are idiots.
You know what? I've heard that dude before. Yeah, he is good. All right, Tim, enjoy your night. I'm gonna call you when I'm all fucked up in Kernville because that's where I'm going. I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna drunk call you at like 2 p.m. because we're gonna day drink and it's gonna be awesome.
My feelings will be hurt if you don't. Now, okay?
Okay. Man, I always do it. You gotta remember that.
This is
You
annual.
have to remember me calling you at least a couple times.
It's an annual thing that we're gonna do every year. All right.
And I wanted to bring you up, but now you know my homeboy from work. Got to bring him up there now. Sorry. Hey. Sorry.
Hey, you know what? I'm missing out, but you know, don't think that you ain't missing out on none.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it one of these nights.
You should come fishing.
One of these years.
I mean, we don't have Laguna Beach, but you know what? You should come fishing.
I want to.
I could get you next to some crocs. I could get you next to some real, animal life.
No, thank you.
No?
Nah.
Hey, man, it's adventurous. You got to live life, bro.
Yeah, well, life might try and live you, too. So, I'm straight on all that.
Facts.
Dude, put it on a shirt. Live life. Don't let life live you. And
on the back.
Hashtag, I can't build an acronym that fast.
Hashtag LOL.
All right. Damn.
All right, we'll cut this one off. We didn't get to the missile, but it's not that big of a deal anyways.
Until it hits. All right.
All right. Peace out.
Hey.
We out.
All right, Fred. Fred X.
Yeah,
Pieces,
man.
Brother. Have a good one. Hey, we'll get you back on again, all right? In 2 weeks.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Unless I do a surprise pop-up, I'll hit you up. How about that?
Hit me, bro.
All right, cool. It's good talking to you, brother.
Same, man. Peace.
All right. Well, that Fred X, very talented musician, artist, engineer. If you need some work done for cheap, very high quality stuff, I would hit that man up. Hip hop stuff. He could probably mix a rock album too, but the file's got to be done already. It's good to get different perspective on a couple different things. This was very random. I don't think he was as prepared talk about some of the stuff. But hey, that's the learning process. This is a discussion. I put my opinions out there for them to be critiqued. I like it. I want to learn. I want to learn more. I feel like we could all learn more from each other if we just have some kind of conversation and we're not all at everyone's throats and there's not a line drawn in the sand. You're Democrat. I'm Republican. You're conservative. I'm a leftist. I think the division is crazy. So that makes any kind of progressive talk almost impossible. So that is why, and I'll say it over and over again, this is why we do that. This is why we do this. I don't feel like any Facebook discussions get anywhere. They don't. And you don't feel good after the fact. You feel good after you talk about it. And even if you disagree and you kind of laugh it off, all right, in person it's easier to do that. There's no accountability online for anything. So that was good to talk with them. Tim, Fred, I haven't seen Tim. I haven't seen my best friend Tim fucking year and a half. That's crazy to me. Fred X, I worked with him on my solo album that never came out. He's brilliant. I think he's got the sound. He's got the sound for like the real raw hardcore hip hop rap shit, not the fucking mumble rap shit that people like these days. None of the mumble rap. And the bitches on my limit, shit, the bitches gonna get. All the bitches gonna do the shit, the bitches wanna be. Like, just. I don't think the game has not been stepped up in the rap game lately until Eminem's new album drops. Anyways, I'm going to Kernville this weekend. It's going to be great. I'll post some pictures. I'm going to be up in the mountains with some fresh air. Get away from this damn pollution. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. I have the best time in Kernville. Anyway, so 44 episodes. Wow, that's crazy. Coming up on a year on doing it. And I guess I'll keep doing it. Downloads aren't really there, but fuck it. I mean, there's downloads, but not as much as I want. And Mercury's Cast. We'll see you next week with Andre Parnell. The Muslim ban is about to be thick. It's going to get thick. It's going to get hot. I think we're both going to have to try and remain disciplined, and we're both going to have some really good arguments for and against it. The lineup is probably going to be me, Alex, Andre Parnell, and maybe Tim on the Muslim ban. It's gonna get heavy next week. Next Wednesday, we'll be posting live, probably around the same time, 7:00 PST. Other than that, everybody else step your game up. Shout out to France. God damn it! I wanted to send a shout out to France right at the beginning of the podcast because there's a handful of people that keep downloading in France, and I'm pretty sure that this next episode is going to be very up your alley because France probably has the worst Muslim problem. It's a problem. I hate to paint it like that picture, but France has a problem. They do. So does Germany and the UK. But we're going to get to all that next week. We're not going to probably solve anything indefinitely, but we're going to have a good conversation about it. Hopefully, nobody gets too angry or butthurt. Anyway, have a good week. I'll be in Kernville.
You right.